Hey basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to show you some fantastic youth basketball defense drills that you can run with your basketball team. Before we get down to the clipboard really quickly, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, especially if you like basketball plays, drills, and skills. Let's get down to the clipboard. Let's check these out. Okay, so in this first drill, we're going to have 3 offensive players and 2 defensive players. And basically, we're going to have one defensive player playing man-on. These offensive players are not going to be moving at all, and they're going to be passing the ball between them. Now, if the ball gets past to player 1, and it gets through, we want player 3 to get and play man-on. Player 4 is now going to be playing help defense, defending 2 players in this case. And then when player 1 passes it, if player 4 was unable to intercept it, he's going to be playing man on, and player 3 is going to be playing help defense in the back. And we're going to be continuing this through either for a set amount of time, or you can run it through until there's an interception, or for 5 to 10 passes. It's up to you. You can even make this even harder if you say, or if you blow the whistle, or if you have a rule where you blow the whistle, and now those 3 offensive players need to get down on offense, and those 2 defensive players need to get down on defense. And you can run that with up to 1 shot on the other end of the court, and then 5 new players will come onto the court and run this same drill through. So it's all about stacking. The next drill I'm going to run you through really quickly because you've probably already seen it, but I'm going to be showing you some different things that you can do with it. And this is the Zig Zag Drill. Of course, very simple. You're just going to be dribbling down the court, zigzagging, and there's going to be a defender. Now, if you want to focus on defense instead of just the ability to run an offense and be able to dribble the ball down the court, basically what you want to have your defender focus on is to beat the offensive player to the sideline in this case, cut him off, so they're both, when player 5 is dribbling, player 4 cuts him off, directs him in another direction down the court. Player 4 now needs to beat him again to that spot, which is generally the side of the key, and then player 5 is going to continue with player 4, again cutting him off to go the other direction. Now this is a fantastic quick drill that you can do, and it's teaching not just the defensive skills of redirecting players where you want them to go, but also helping the offensive side of things, the offensive dribbling ability of your players, so that they can dribble while under pressure. Really quickly, make sure to go check out my Unbeatable basketball defense book. Link is in the description below. Basically, it's a double team from the free throw line and below, and single coverage up top. It's fantastic. Make sure to check that out. Let's get back to the next basketball drill. So this next drill, we're going to have 2 lines of players. Technically 3 if you want to count it this way, but it doesn't really matter. Basically what's going to happen is the coach, he's going to pass to one of those 3 players along the baseline. And now all 3 of those players are going to be running down court, dribbling the ball. Now, really quickly, on a side note, if the coach passes to this player, he needs to pass the ball to player 2 or dribble up the middle and player 2 will take his spot, one or the other. But whoever gets that ball, so let's say the coach passes to player 2. While these 3 players are going down on offense, the other 2 defenders who did not have their players passed to, they're going to be running back on defense. Meanwhile, this guy, his man got passed to, so he's going to run and touch that baseline. Now it's going to be a 3-on-2 until player 2 is able to get his butt back on defense. So they're going to be running this through. What you want to do is to run some quick schemes. So maybe you want to have players 1 and 4 in this case cut towards the rim. Player 2 will pass to one of them for a layup, or pass to one of them, collapse the defense on him, pass it over for a layup, or you could run some kind of a play on it. So if they're set up like this, you could quite literally have player 1 set that screen, player 2 dribble towards that elbow, player 4 pop out, pass, and shot. So there's a few different things. You can teach your team how to run a fast break, but also teach your team how to get back on defense quick enough so that those plays do not matter, and so that you can stop a fast break as best as possible. So this next drill includes lots of running. So this could be actually a fantastic drill for you to run at a beginning of a practice to get warmed up. And that is one-on-one full court. So we're going to do a few on the right side and a few on the left. And these two players are going to be running down and trying to get that layup before player 5 is able to get back and take a charge or block the shot or make it at least a contested layup attempt. We do not want any contact in practice, so make sure that if you're setting up for a charge, you're doing it safely, but also we want to make sure that we don't have anyone flying to try and block that shot, because of course when players go flying either in practice or in a game, there tends to be rolled ankles and those kind of suck. So what you want to have is a player under control trying to block that shot and making no contact with that player going up for the layup. Now this fifth and final drill that I'm going to show you is another fantastic one. I've showed it a few times in the previous videos recently, but this is a 1-on-2 situation. So when the coach says go, they're going to be running. They're going to be stopping player 3 from going towards the middle of the court, and we want these players to direct player 3 to the left or right side. Once he gets that ball towards one of those two sides, we want player 1 to be directing player 3 towards that corner, and player 5 to be bringing up the rear so that there's no spin moves, reverse, and dribble up. Now, if he was to reverse and start attacking player 5, we now want player 1 to pull up the reverse so that there's no spin move, and player 5 to direct player 3 red over towards that elbow. Now, I personally love to add in an 8-second clock, and I'll whistle for the 8 seconds because, of course, in a real game, he doesn't have that long. He only has 8 seconds. Some leagues give you 6, but generally 8 seconds to get past half, and believe me, this is a fantastic drill for both the offense and defense. So make sure to go check out that Unbeatable Basketball Defense book, link in the description below. And I hope that these drills help your team win more games. Hit that like button and subscribe if you have enjoyed today's video and other basketball plays, drills, or skills videos. And I'll see you guys again later on today for the second video of the day.